All right, welcome back. Let's continue with the matter of the Falconets. Cecilia, we were talking about them, how under conditions that we can't even be talking about publicly, this lady still go all out and do us proud, make us proud.
Absolutely.
And even sometimes we, the fans, and some of us on this side, sometimes we expect too much.
Too much from them.
We expect to, Germany beats them in the final, and we're you see all some kinds of headlines, and you're like, can you compare the preparation?
No, it's not even close.
Of both
it's
countries.
Not even 5% at all.
If the complaint is that we're not discovering talent, whoever is saying that, I agree. But if the complaint is that they're not winning, I mean, it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah,
but that the essence of all these tournaments is to discover new talents, bring up new players to the scene. If that's the argument, yes, there's a point about that. These girls are good, but some of them have been on the scene for some time.
Yeah, I just played, about 5 of them played in the last championships and all that. But sometimes you don't blame the coaches. The league has been on break for like forever.
You don't, that's what I said.
So what, I mean,
you make his job more difficult.
That's it.
It's going to take players that is sure and play. It's not going to take somebody.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't need to, all those top names that you have in this team, you don't need to ask about them.
Because we all know all of them.
You understand? So you don't need to ask, what's this girl capable of? You can see it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to go and pick someone that you're just trying out.
That's it. You can't be doing that. Let's take a quote coming from the sports minister now, where he was talking about the girls on their allowances and the fact that they want to make sure that they will be, he will try as much as possible to ensure that they can actually get the best out of the girls, that is by paying the allowances. And this is what he said when he visited them in camp in Austria. He says, I don't like injustice, and it doesn't look fair for them to be in camp without their entitlement. These are young players, and if you don't give them the moral support they need now, when will you do that? It's a big question. When? Well, the question is meant for all of them. I'm against this idea of unparalleled development of football. We must develop and invest in women's football the same way we develop and invest in men's football. That gap must be bridged. It's not even close. You know how wide it is. We'll go back and work out your entitlement to ensure that the girls are comfortable in France. Looking at your determination and selflessness during your match today, I believe then in the future we will, have a very strong team that will even compete like the men. This is coming from the Minister of Sport. Compete like the men. We've seen the senior national team winning how many titles now? Uncountable, 8. But the men, how many have they won? You know that, right? Okay. They've been competing very well, and they've been doing wonderfully well. But the truth is, the gap is so wide.
Yeah.
If it's talking about bridging, it's going to take a whole drastic solution. Because if you happens to be where these girls are training, if you happens to be with them and you hear some of their stories, you wouldn't even want your child to play football. That's how bad. In Nigeria, that's how bad it can be. But somehow,
I'm very sure
they have a way of managing it, and they still get the best out of everything.
But I'm sure the Honorable Minister understands that to have all of these things he's talking about, there has to be peace in the house of football. A lot of people need to sit down and just look at how things are for the boys, for the girls, and see how things can be done. It's good to make promises. It's good to make promises, but saying all of these things to the end, I hope that for once we can be sincere.
Yeah, of course.
With all of the things that we say, and not just say things.
But the good
because look, to me, some might say, I don't think it is, but some might say it's just an emotional reaction. Is that emotional reaction you get when you go to a place and you see, oh, these people deserve better than this? But when you now go back and look at the big picture, you look at the whole problem, this thing is beyond me.
Huge.
You understand?
I think it's
so I like the minister, because he is the person that can do this. Study the situation, go back to...
It shouldn't take so long.
It shouldn't take so long. Study the situation with the girls, especially. Not because you're sitting here. The girls especially. Look at them and look at what the football house needs to do and what the federal government needs to do, and how, the corporate bodies also, because we need those three: government dealing with infrastructure, the football house with the administration, the day-to-day running, and corporate bodies with the support, and all of those things will work. It's not. Absolutely. It can be a one-man show.
It can be, and the good thing is, when it's all, they actually give the girls some money and all that. But the problem is sometimes when you pay players their entitlement allowances and all that, it shouldn't be a headline. because it's something that you know they can get. Shouldn't be something that is screaming. But I think by the time they keep doing it regularly, it will no longer be news. You just know that, oh, the girls just got paid and all that. But then it's what they need. I mean, I didn't get my salary at the end of the month, and I can announce that I've just been paid enough. Because it's normal. It's something that, I mean, at the end of the month, it should be done. I think if they can take a cue from that, just knowing that these girls deserve the best, the allowances being paid, I mean, daily allowances, the wages and all that, at the end of every match,
don't even need to talk about it.
You don't even need to talk about it. Just keep them. I mean, beginning, you know, okay, they're going to spend 17 days in camp, fine. What happens to just, I mean.
All right. Okay, we can go
on. No. Let's leave that. Talking about Enyimba, right? It's not a good one, right?
It's not a good one for the Aba Elephants. They went there, and I was hoping that they could at least.
Did you watch the first leg? Okay.
Even the guys from.
I watched the first leg, so I didn't.
The guys from Williamsville, even in the first leg, they almost got that
Enyimba
equalizer.
were just lucky to win.
But this one, Enyimba, I don't know what happened. I can't really say. But you look at these lads from Côte d'Ivoire, young boys. A lot of money has been injected.
No, not that. I mean, the goalkeeper could have done better here, right? Or the defender.
That's usually the story when Nigerian teams.
The other one.
When Nigerian teams lose, you concede an early goal, you start chasing it, you open up spaces at the back. I mean, I can write this script 10 times and it's going to be the same.
The same, yeah.
Concede an early goal, rush of blood to the head, somebody makes a mistake, keeper miscalculates.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's usually the story. But it's not all doom and gloom for Enyimba because you know that they have 6 points. They are third in the group. They have one home game to play, but they still need to get something on the road. That's my worry. They're on a deficit right now, and it's troubling. It's troubling. But look, you have the team that leads. Maybe we should see Group C standings and what the table looks like, so that we can really put things in perspective. The team that leads is on 7 points. Enyimba is on 6, but they're in third position, and you feel that with a win and a draw, they could get this done. You remember the last time we were talking about them, everybody having 0-0-0 goal difference. And the moment Enyimba conceded 2 goals, you knew what was going to happen. It was going to be -2, in spite of the fact that they have 6 months. So all teams played for. Williamsville, the young Ivorian side, not too much of an experience, not like the Aztecs, not like the others. And so that's how you have it. After 4 matches, Williamsville on top, Brazzaville, then Enyimba, and also Joliba coming into it. But as it stands, anybody can still qualify. It's a bit tough for Joliba. It's a bit. But you know that if they win their next 2 matches, they'll be on 10. So they surely, they might need 1 or 2 favors. But you look at Enyimba, you look at them and you feel that they can do it. Win your game at home, go away and ensure that you don't lose.
No, how easy will it be for them winning the game at home, knowing that the league is not even in session to start with? So that for you to be training and not having competitive games to prepare, it's the undoing of Enyimba right now. Because when I watched the game, saw the way the boys were playing, I think they were a bit heavy. I mean, I didn't see that kind of I don't know how to describe it. That kind of zeal, that kind of pace in them. They were a bit slow, sluggish and all that, so more like lagging behind, like not interested in the game, so to speak. But I don't think they were interested in the game. I think maybe they were just not enough match fitness. That's just
They've not been in match situations, and they said it before they left. It's an excuse in the bag, but I know their fans won't buy it. But it's an excuse in the bag.
But you have to put that as a factor also.
As a professional. But, you know, without having the league to prepare, it's just like if you're an actor, you need a stage, yes, you also need the audience, because that's what shows you're doing the right thing.
Practice.
You know, you can't practice in isolation.
And
that's the problem.
That's it. And there's nowhere to actually flex the muscles on. Yeah. I mean, just imagine they had beaten a team like Wicked Forest or maybe Plateau United going into this game.
Morale
booster. Don't just be alive, so to speak. I mean, we're alive at home in that game. Very boring.
All right. Let's see some of the results from across the continent. Let's quickly take a look at it. And right there on your screen, we've already talked about our own team, the lost away in Abidjan, and we also talk about the other team in the group, as well. Joliba losing to Cara Brazzaville. You have Vita Club beating Adana Stars 2-0. You have Songo playing 1-0 with Al Hilal Omdurman. You also have some other results. Young Africans losing at home to Goma here, 3-2. Raja Casablanca was a whitewash, really. Yeah. 4-0 victory over Aztec Mimosas. Al Masri, there's a Nigerian in that team. Name beats me right now, having a 1-0 victory over their opponents. And USM Alger played a 1-1 draw with Ryan Sports. That's the results. Match day 4 in the CAF Confederation Cup. We don't talk about the CAF Champions League because we don't have a team in the CAF Champions League. And from next season, we present one team each in all of this competition. We knew that
it was going to happen.
It was going to happen at some point, but it's painful. The reality
is done in
hitting us right now. And with performances like this,
it's going to
worse. You just hope nothing else happens.
It's going to get worse. Nothing else. I mean, this is the worst we can have, right? Having one from Confederation and having one from. They can't just say we should just.
There's no other level that it can.
That's it. So that's the list we can go, and hopefully, maybe when we're able to align our league with other leagues across the world, maybe possibly we can get something better. When I mean our team going into the continent and performing better, and of course the 2 slots in 3 will be reinstated.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's going to take a while.
Hopefully that will happen, and hopefully we see Nigerian teams pulling their weights, doing what needs to be done. Well, let's talk about Russia this morning. Where do we start from? Vladimir Putin met with Russian football players. He met with them, and of course he appreciated the players, what happened, and they gave a good representation for their country. A lot of these players all smiles. I remember this big, tall defender, almost crying his eyes out when they lost. Penalty. And he called them heroes. He said, "You guys, you've represented us well. You've done your country proud."
Yeah, that's the coach right there, and that's why I was given extension and all that. Just decorating them with medals. You know what it means, honors. You know what it means, a host nation, least rank, coming into the tournament. 7 games winless run they were having before they went into it, and no one actually gave them a chance, knowing that they didn't play to qualify, but they were playing all the friendlies they were playing. They were not winning it. So because of that, everyone felt, okay, Russia may just be like South Africa, host, go out of the group stage and enjoy the rest of the tournament. But then, when they defeated Spain via penalty, we had to take notice. That alone for me shows that, yes, they are winners any day, anytime. But somehow, against Croatia...
And they deserve this meeting with Vladimir Putin.
You know what it means to me? Just have a handshake with your president. I mean, one of the most powerful men in the world.
If not the most. If not the most.
Not the most, right? Arguably, right? That's who Vladimir Putin is. But these players, I guess, they will definitely cherish this for the rest of their life. And 2022, they want to go a step further and see if they can. Well, semi-finals a ticket.
Okay. Well, it's a long period in football now. A lot of players trying to sort themselves out. Some have not even returned for the preseason games of their team. Let's talk about an interesting topic this morning. Let's quickly go to Juventus and talk about Massimiliano Allegri. And, let's talk about Juve a little before we go on this break. He's been saying, look, I expect this season to be tough. And the fans are like, no, you just got Cristiano Ronaldo. So what are you telling us? He says, look, we're going to be in the UEFA Champions League. We're going to be in the Italian Cup. And you were winning all those things quite easily without Cristiano Ronaldo. Now you have Cristiano Ronaldo. He says, look, I still expect this season to be difficult. And everybody's wondering, what's this man saying?
I'll say the same. You know why? Because he wants to take the pressure off himself. They felt, okay, you've got, the best player in the world right now. Someone who's got 5 Ballon d'Or coming into your team and all. Fine before left, but then I think they still had the goalkeeping situation is still very good and all that. Higuain, his situation is very not clear right now. He's likely to go and all that. But you're having Cristiano Ronaldo, everyone will feel, okay, they can go ahead, win Champions League and win everything. But then don't forget, Ronaldo will not just be, he can carry the whole team, on his shoulders and all that. Maybe that's why Allegri is saying, look, we may have Ronaldo, but I still think it's going to be a tougher season because all hopes will be on them right now, not just winning the Serie A title, Scudetto. That's not enough anymore. It's the Champions League, and that's why he feels it's going to be tougher.
That's the only grail for Juventus right now. But a lot of people will tell you that, look, he's been able to do it with the other teams, Manchester United, Real Madrid. Maybe he will be able to do it with Juventus. But time will tell. We'll see. Somebody shuffling going on right there at Juventus. All right, let's go on a break. When we return from that break, we will be taking a look at the papers as we prepare to wrap things up on Sports This Morning.